Hello everybody. It's been a little bit since I've done some makeup, so I wanted to jump on this beautiful Sunday to do some makeup with you guys. I'm going to be doing the Ipsy look this week since I have the week off. I haven't forgotten about that, I promise, but today I wanted to use a palette that gave me the most beautiful eye look I've done in a while. So we're going to play around with two new palettes that I've gotten. And let's start off with some primer. I already did my skincare, my moisturizer, all that stuff. I did use a little bit of this primer because it acts as a moisturizer too. It feels great on the skin. It's the First Aid Beauty Pores Be Gone Matte Primer with Fig Extract. It is oil-free and safe for sensitive skin, and it smells like coconuts. It smells so good. So I put that down first. But sometimes I like to use two different primers for their benefits. So I'm going to be using the Touch and Soul Icy Sherbet Primer. I love their packaging. Beautiful. It's pink. I love pink. And that's the texture of it. It's a whipped gel-like consistency, I would say. And it's supposed to give you a silicone-free feel and a cooling effect. And it really does. The minute you put it on the skin and rub it in, it cools the skin right down. So if you have any irritation, stuff like that, it's not going to bother. It's going to help it. It's going to feel really good. So I usually let my primer sit for about 5 minutes. I did let that happen with the First Aid Beauty Primer, but since I already have a primer on, I'm just going to jump right into it. Christmas is coming up very soon. I'm super excited. It's coming up fast, so this week, since I have it off, it is Christmas shopping time. Get it all done so I don't have to do it right before Christmas because that is stressful. This is a really good primer, you guys, if you're looking for one. They actually sell Touch and Soul products in CVS now, so I was super excited to see that. They don't have a lot, but they are starting to put it out, and I keep boxes sometimes because I think they're pretty. But silicone free and cooling effect, absolutely wonderful. It's a sherbet-like texture, it says, and gives rich hydration and gives you a fine-tuned finish. Love it. So once that settles in, I'm just going to jump into it. Like I said, I'm going to use foundation today that I haven't used with you guys before. 2 different ones. I got this a month and a half ago, I think. It is the Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation infused with Glow Nectar Brightening Complex. I love Becca packaging. I think it's beautiful. And it's a really nice foundation. It does help blur pores, imperfections, and texture and complexion issues. So this is really nice. Packaging is great. I love that there's a pump on the tube. It makes it so easy to use. And it's in the shade Linen. Now, it's super light on me because I bought it from TJ Maxx, and TJ Maxx has amazing makeup and skincare, but sometimes you can't find an exact match for your skin tone, so I mix them up. So I got this from TJ Maxx as well. It is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation, and the color is the only color they had, Camel. So it is super warm toned, so I have to be careful when I use that. I have to use it with a lighter one. So these two together make it a lot closer to my skin tone. I'm using a BH Studio Pro Cosmetics buffing brush, and this was a good sale they had going on. It was really nice. And look, this isn't a lot. Like, I didn't put a lot on my brush. It's just super pigmented, which is really nice. Like, I love when you don't need to use a lot of product to get what you want. I know it's light on me still, but once I get it blended in and I add, my bronzer and stuff, it comes out really nice. So trust the process. Trust the process, you guys. Plus, I don't want to waste product, so I will make it work. I always usually do. I always make it work somehow because I am not a fan of wasting product. It's just too much work goes into it, and then you just throw it out. Unless it breaks me out. Ooh. One of the hairs came off. Unless it breaks me out or I get severe irritation, or, if I can't gift it to somebody else who does makeup that it will work for, then I'll throw it out. But I try many different ways to, get rid of it first. So, yeah. So I've been really enjoying Super Great app, you guys. I know I talk about it quite a bit, but I am going to jump on later tonight once I get done with my shopping to show you all the products that I have received in the past month. I've been on Super Great since October, the last week or week and a half of October. And I have amazing products that I was able to redeem with my super coins. I think it's great. The people on there are amazing. I love all of them. They're like my super great family, friends, whatever you want to call them. I love watching their reviews because that's how I know what products I want to try. So it's just a fun experience. If you like makeup or skincare, you can try new products that maybe you can't afford. Like, I'll explain to you. Some of the stuff on there is super pricey at like Ulta, Sephora, or the brand website. And you can try them, you guys, for super coins. Just by making reviews, it's like great. And as you can see, this foundation, both of them are buildable. I like a full coverage. You don't have to build it as much as I do, but I don't like my redness peering through, so I am building it quite a bit. You don't have to, because I know a lot of people like the more natural look in it, you know? You don't want to look like you're caked with makeup, but I have severe rosacea, and it pokes through makeup like crazy, so I am absolutely going to be trying to build my foundation. So I'm just taking a damp beauty blender and I'm patting it in because I want to see if I need to build it anymore. I know it looks like I used a lot, but it's really just the pigment. And like, the pigment is beautiful on both of these foundations. Like, it's great. And I am going to be using another Becca product as well. I love Becca products. They're usually pretty pricey, but you can get them at TJ Maxx or Marshall's. I haven't been to Marshall's yet, you guys. Like, I am so excited. I need to find a Marshall's near me and just check it out because I've heard there are amazing products there as well. So I'm just making sure I got it all blended into the skin. Just patting it in with a damp beauty blender, not a dry one. If I'm being a little lazy on that day, I'll use a setting spray or a hydrating mister and spray it on my beauty blender if I'm being a little lazy, you know, and especially in the mornings before work, it's like, I don't want to get up. I just want to get this makeup on. All right, I'm just going to build it a smidge more. I know, look, I'm probably crazy, but I'm not. I promise it comes out really nice. It comes out really pretty. And this brush was on a great deal, you guys. It was like $3 when it was on sale on BH Cosmetics website. Great. I am a huge fan of BH Cosmetics. Like, usually I don't even have to use my beauty blender to blend it because this brush does an amazing job at getting it blended in. But I am going to use it today just to make sure it is ready to go. I gotta go shopping. I got to go shopping, which I love Christmas shopping and I hate Christmas shopping at the same time. I love it because I love making people happy. I love getting gifts for people. It's just expensive because everything, you know, is probably overpriced and for the holidays. So it's like, why does that have to be so expensive? Especially with COVID, everybody's like getting less hours and stuff like that. It's just hard, very hard. All right, that was my last layer, you guys, I promise. You don't have to build it up like I do. I like it this way, but if you're afraid that people are gonna like notice how built up your makeup is, just do one layer. You don't have to do what I do. Sorry, I got finished in my eye. You don't have to do your makeup like I do. I just like to show you products, review products for you guys, and show you what's new out there. You know, what there is to offer in the makeup and skincare world. You can always do it your own way, because that's great. That's the great thing about makeup. Do it your own way. It's great. Okay. This is going to be in probably 2 or 3 parts, you guys. Sorry, I always do that. You know that. Just because YouTube has a hard time, like, putting on a long video. It takes like days for mine for some reason to like upload, and it's like not on the same day when I want it to be. Okay, so that is that. Hold on, you guys, gotta grab something. All right, so next is concealer, and the concealer of choice for today is, I'm going to use 2 different ones. I'm going to use my Becca Ultimate Coverage Longwear Concealer for my brightener, but I also am going to use my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the color Light Sand as my perfect match. I picked this one because it is more of a tannish color that goes with the Bare Minerals foundation. And I really do enjoy using e.l.f. products. Like, I just ordered from there, I think. Because They had a really good deal going on, and their products are amazing and affordable. Some of us can't afford like the high-end stuff, you know, but we still want to look pretty and feel pretty. That's why I do it. So I'm putting that's all I'm using for that. And I'm just going to grab a concealer brush. This is my Sonia Kosciak from Target. I've really been enjoying this concealer brush. It works really, really nice. It just evenly blends it out where you want it to be without leaving a heat. See, look at that. It like blends it right in. It's great. Love it, love it, love it. And it doesn't take all the product into the brush, which I hate when brushes do that. It's like a waste of product, you know? And then you have to add more, and then it's like... But these are really affordable. They're like $3-4, I think. Some of them, and then some of them are more pricey. I got the cheaper ones, and they work just fine. And I like to put that perfect match on my nose because I get a lot of redness on my nose. Okay. Beauty blender time. Make sure it's all in there. So Christmas, yeah. So we're talking about Christmas. Christmas is going to be different this year, obviously, because of COVID. But we all got to make the best of it. And I know it's hard because a lot of us lost our jobs. A lot of us got cut hours. And, you know, it's not about the presents, you guys. It really isn't. You got to, like, think, who cares? Like, if people want to make us something, let people make you something. I think that's even more, like, wonderful than buying a $200 game or something like that, you know? Like, the kids, I always buy for the kids first. Any child will get a present over me. I'd rather the kids have the presents than I do. Okay, time for the brightening concealer, which I love this Becca. This was also from TJ Maxx. This Becca, Becca concealer. All her products have like these pretty lids. I think they're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, darling. So that's the doe foot applicator. And it just really, it's a little stiffer than other ones. So you just gotta play with it. And it's a thicker concealer. But you can maneuver it to where you want it to go. I always make my concealer around my eye go up because it gives you kind of like that lift effect. And remember, I will be using a concealer brush to move it around a little bit so it's not so clumped in one spot in my under eye. Okay. I'm also going to use this as my eyeshadow primer. Just a little bit goes a long way with this one. Tip of the nose. And then bridge of the nose. T-zone. Okay. Swip, swip. A little swipe here and there. Right there. I know it looks like a lot. I promise it's not. Okay. Good for that. So now I'm going to take my same concealer brush. I'm going to do my eyes first just to get it blended out. You can use concealer as a primer. You just got to set it because I know there's a lot of dread about concealer as a eyeshadow primer, but you can make it work as long as you set it afterwards, like when you set your under eye or set your face. You just got to make sure you follow the guidelines, you know, set it, let it sit for a few, and then it'll be okay. I have eyeshadow primers, I do, but I like to use my concealer. I don't know. What do you guys like to do? Let me know. Same thing with this eye, go swoop up. And I love this brightening effect that this one gives. It's beautiful. It's a thicker concealer, so it might be a little harder to like move, but it blends out super nicely. And it is a full coverage concealer, which I love. Okay, I'm done with the brush. Beauty blender. Beauty blender. But, okay. So, what are you guys getting people for Christmas? I'm curious. Let me know below. Oh, and my BoxyCharm should be coming in any day now. any day. So we have that to do too, a BoxyCharm look once it comes in. We have an unboxing of that to do. We have a lot to do this week, you guys, to catch up. A lot to do. Oh, and I also have a new Facebook beauty page. Some stuff on here might not be on there, or some stuff on there might not be on here, so check it out. It is Katie's Makeup and Skincare, I think. I'll look it up. I totally forgot what I named it. It's not terrible. But I will link it to my YouTube channel. Look how pretty it is. It's like such a good finish. It's beautiful. Love that concealer. And I got it for a great price. Go check out your TJ Maxx, you guys. Like, you can find amazing high-end makeup for a great price. Okay. Covers all my redness. I love it. Done with that for now. Now I'm going to do my contour because I use a creamy contour. I don't want to do it after I set my face because it'll get muddy and you don't want that look. So I'm going to use a concealer and a foundation stick today. For concealer, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear More Than Concealer in the shade 365 Cashew. And I try to go 2 to 3 shades darker than my foundation, sometimes a little darker. I like a deep contour. I'm just going to dot it. Not line it, dot it. Up here, I'll do a little line like that. Okay. Right here. Just like that. I'm going to dot it at my temple. Okay. I'm going to dot it here and here. And then I'm going to do a line under my jawline. And you can do your nose, so I just go like this and like this. Just a little bit goes a long way with concealer. So now I'm not going to use my, as I drop everything, my BH Cosmetics buffing brush because it's not good for this section. So I am going to be using my Believe Beauty from Dollar General. And I love this stuff. So I'm just going to buffer it into the skin so it creates that shadow effect. Buffer, buffer, buffer. So I don't have a double chin anymore. I never used to contour my face, you guys, like never. And then once I started really getting into makeup and skincare a couple years ago, I love it. I wouldn't do it any other way now. I always do it, even before I go to work. I never used to. All I used to wear, you guys, was literally black eyeliner and mascara. That's it. No foundation, no concealer, none of that jazz. And I really got into makeup, and now I do it every day. And I love it. It's a passion. You just want a slight shadow effect. That is contour. You don't want this full bronzed out look. Yeah. I am going to add a little bit of that foundation stick once I get this blended. I always bring it down to where my corner of my lip is. Just really make sure it is blended out. It's not going to create a huge dark shadow, you guys. Just a light one. And on my nose, I usually try to stipple lightly so I don't disturb the concealer on the middle of my nose. See? Just a light shadow. Then what I'll do is I'll just tap on the center to get that brightness back. Okay. Then I'm going to tap on that concealer to set it in my face. Okay. So next I'm going to do, sorry, my eye allergies have been terrible, you guys. So sorry. So now I'm going to use a foundation stick to deepen my contour. It is the L'Oreal Infallible Long Wear Shaping Stick in the color Honey. This is like my go-to shaping stick. I love it. Just a little bit. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That. And then a little bit on my nose. Boop, boop. Okay, that's done with that, I'm gonna take my brush again and just start buffering it into the skin. I like using creamy products because it seems to blend a little bit easier than when I wait after I set my face. I just think it looks more natural on me anyway, and it also is easier to blend. Because I like to apply my bronzer after, yes. I love to apply my bronzer after I set my face, but I don't like to contour my face after. But maybe you guys do. If you do, that's awesome. Like, I wish I had that technique, but I don't. I always go towards the hairline. I know they say not to, but I do. Otherwise, it gets too close to the center of my face, and then my T-zone gets dark, and I don't want it to get dark. I mean, it blends so easily, and I love it. Then I'm going to do this again, up to the eyebrow, because that's where your nose naturally starts. Now see that right there? That's okay, you can just do this. And it goes back. So don't freak out about that, I promise. It'll be okay. Just gonna set it now. Make sure it cover all those spots you want covered. And blending is key. Blending is the key. If you think it's not blended enough, blend more. Blend it more, baby. There's a nice shadow effect. Perfect. Okay. So I didn't darken this part at all because I want that to stay light. Light, light, light. That is the heart shape of your face. And you want the heart shape to stay light. So for setting my face, that's the next step. Ooh. One of my brushes is not happy. Okay. I'm going to be using one of my favorite powders, my go-to every day, and it lasts forever. My Coty Original Formula Airspun Loose Setting Powder. I love this stuff. You either love it or you hate it. You can't use too much of it or it will get cakey, so be careful. And the smell, I like the smell. Some people don't like the smell. I love it. I think it smells really good. But literally, oops, I must have tapped it. I'm just going to tap it a little bit. And you do get some in the cap, so I like to pour some of it back into there because that's way too much all at once. And then I'm going to grab my poofy powder brush. I love this brush. It was from Walmart. It was a set collection. I bang it off, though, so not too much is on the brush at once because you don't want to put too much on at once or you will look cakey, guys. You will. You don't want that. You don't want to look like a cake monster. Corny, I know. Sorry. But, I mean, this powder is my favorite because it's affordable. You can get it at Dollar General. You can get it at Walgreens. You can get it at any of those places. And it just instantly smooths out everything, blurs everything. It's just amazingly wonderful. And I even set my eyes with it. I set my under eye. I don't like bake because my skin is dry as it is. And if I put that much powder on my face, I'd be super dry. It would look terrible. It would look cracky. I used to do that and I'm like, why is my under eye looking so bad? Because I was baking and my skin doesn't like that. My skin was not happy with it. So it all depends on your skin type, really. All right, this is the last batch. I barely have any on my brush, but I just want to make sure I hit all the go-to spots. Sides of the nose, upper lip, all that fun stuff. Okay. I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes, guys. And then I will be back for part 2. And for part 2, I know you guys are going to be excited about because it's a new palette I got. Well, not new, brand new. I just haven't opened it all month. So it's new to me. Well, I got this in clearance at Walmart because it was part of their Halloween edition or collection, whatever. So I'm only going to use this for one color. But the main star is the BH Cosmetics Midnight Festival palette. This is a gorgeous palette, so come back because you're going to want to see what is in this baby. Okay, and I'm going to do a beautiful look. I did it last night. It came out gorgeous. I'm super excited to show you how I did it. All right, guys, I will see you in a few minutes.